All right. Where are we at? Here we are. Cool. Could hear myself like 3 times. What time are we at? 2 minutes over. That's not so bad. Had to inhale some food. After a full day of coding, there's nothing I look forward to more than a full evening of coding. But that's how we learn. So I should probably stop moaning about it. Oh, okay. What am I doing? I'm going to do the EPICWEB.DEV course, which is huge. Slightly daunting, slightly overwhelming, but we're going to power through. I'm aiming to do one of these per week. Should be about 2 hours. Normally work for 1 hour, take a 5-10 minute break, and then come back for an hour or so. I keep one eye on chat, but if I ignore your message, it's just because I've got it hidden away. It's not on purpose. I'm just trying to focus, and otherwise it's going to take me 5 years to get through these lessons. What am I doing this evening? I'm going to set up a purpose. Last time I did this, I had everything set up and ready to go. So let me just turn this music down. Yeah, so the last time I had this all set up, and I want to actually make a point of starting from scratch this time, so you get to see the full experience, because the setup was actually pretty impressive last time. A couple of commands and I was up and running. So I think you should see that as well, because as well as great content, there's also great infrastructure, which is great if you're working through a course. So I'm on the EPICWEB.DEV website. I'm logged in. I'm tired. And we're gonna crack on. So the first thing I need to find is what I'm working on. So I'm gonna guess it is my products. Hopefully there's no payment information on this. Let's go in here. Yeah, we're good, No payment information. Your card number is Full Stack Volume 1. I've got these. I've still got an Epic React license to give away. I'm probably going to give that away end of November. So whoever's subscribed between the start of the Epic, from tonight onwards basically, until the end of November, I'll take a random generator and pull a name out of that. And whoever wins gets a free Epic React Pro license, courtesy of Mr. Kinsey Dodds. This is for me, because I've not done this yet. If I ever get through this, then I'm on to testing JavaScript next. I'm guessing these are supposed to be done in order. Oh lordy, that's a lot of lessons. Let's just start from the top, I guess. Yeah, so build. Styling, writing, data loading, mutations, scripting, SEO, error handling. I'm guessing this is across the whole thing, and this isn't the first lesson. Yeah, here we go. Introduction. I suppose I should explain the layout here. So we're going to play it. The code will be available, and we'll sit and work through the exercises together, but the content, the actual videos are going to be muted. So if you want to gain full access to the material, you're going to need to buy the course. So hopefully if you're watching and you're deciding on whether to buy it, the exercises should be enough I lost my train of thought there. This is why I don't look at the chat log. I'm going to get started. Introduction, full stack workshop, and let's go in here. Before I start, actually, let's see if I need to do anything here. I'm going to just move that into a different window. 1 second. If you already have it, you won't receive another one. That is true, Peter. However, I have another license to give away. It's pretty handy. But yes, what you said is correct. If you bought it already, then you won't have a license to give away. But I'd like to gift a license to somebody. So I'm going to give that away instead. I know it looks like I'm not doing anything here, but I'm just setting up two-factor authentication for GitHub. Should really have done this beforehand. 1 second. There we go. Okay, two-factor auth setup. Should be good to go. I'm going to see what this is all about. Good times. All right, it's pretty straightforward. Got here now. Introductions marked as complete. We're going to go into here, styling, intro to styling. All right, we've got some problems and exercises in here, and then a dad joke break. All right, so let's try and work through all the styling. And then on the dad joke break, I'm going to take a short 5-10 minute break. One thing I need to find is the playback speed. All right. I've also never used Remix before, so if you see me floundering, that is why. I've used a fair bit of Next.js, but I've not touched Remix. So I'm a little apprehensive, but how hard can it be? Right. Launch your workshop app experience. I kind of want to run this in my own code editor. But I've heard a few people say this is better in the workshop app. For each workshop, there's a corresponding repository available for you to clone for the best experience. Yeah, cool. Nice. Work through the material. Okay, that's cool. So, full stack foundations, set up. Wow, that's... I increased the size of this so it'd be easier to see on screen. But On my machine, this is huge. I can't actually get the cursor. That'll do. All right, bring codes. Let's see the autocomplete is working. There we go. And then cool. Into full stack foundations. npm run setup. All right, let's trust Ken. That could be anything. That's running. Why is that so huge? Tis what she proclaimed. That even doing it? I guess. Nope. Cool. All right, we'll sort that for next time. Better this way around, I suppose. All right, so we're in full stack foundations main. If you experience errors, open an issue. You'll find all the exercises in the exercises directory. Oh man, this is just yeah. My whole VS Code is locked up. 1 second. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. I've no idea what I did, but I fixed it. Exercises, and then npm start. Actually, let's go back out one. If I open a new window here, that's annoying. Can I just open this? Gonna have to do a little bit of magic here. 1 second. Just gonna install the VS Code recommendations. And a little bit of magic. Do I need to reload anything? Seems fine. Prisma, CSS IntelliSense. Cool. Now we should have all the VS Code exercises here. Alright, exercise 1, styling problem public links, and then I need an npm start. I'm also trying to learn to touch type. So apologies for how terrible my typing is going to be. Alright, just going to pin this so I know this is the exercise I'm working on. You must watch the tour video. Have I watched this? I'm going to be cheeky, and that's a 25-minute video. I'm going to crack on, and then I'm going to watch it on my own before I go to bed tonight, because that's quite a long time, and it would end up taking up 25% of my time streaming. So I'm going to kind of cheat and say I've watched it, and then we can all laugh when I run into a problem that was discussed on that video. If you purchase this, you'll be able to watch this. Should be able to retrieve the code. It's probably not great to have in front of the browser. You're now logged into the workshop app. You can close this page. Alrighty. Here's the repository. I should have everything I need here. We're set up exercises, and then I just need npm start. Launching your editor. The application has several buttons which will launch the editor to the right file. There are a lot of files in the workshop. This should just work. Create an M file and add this. Okay, again, I should probably set this up outside of this. Caught in 4K. Thank you for that. Am I gonna do this? The problem I have is I'm running this on a Windows setup, for better or worse. And this is actually in Linux, so I can get access to Bash. Not sure how well this is going to play ball. This should just work. This will most definitely not just work because it's Windows, but we'll see. Let's see how far we get. Let's click an M file. That's definitely not where my executable is. Let's try and find it. My computer. What is the best way to find where the executable is? It's got to be in the C. Microsoft? No. I need a properties open file location. There we go. There we go. Is that the exe? I mean, that's definitely not correct, but I want to see if it works. App data local, I think that's a shortcut rather than the actual file location. Let's see if it's clever enough to pick that up. Make certain that if the path includes spaces, you wrap it in quotes as above. Use a single quotes wrapping the double quotes. Make certain if the path includes spaces that you wrap the path in quotes as above. Note the use of single quotes wrapping the double quotes. Single quotes wrapping double quotes. We have some spaces there. The value should be the command that you would run in your terminal to open your editor from the command line. Ooh. Let's give that a bash first. close that out. Exercises. Links to public files. Connect Discord. Your device is logged in on the browser, so all browsers in this device. Okay, that makes sense. Workshop. Full stack foundations. Okay, shouldn't need that just now. Should need that. How do I close that? There we go. Oh, look at all these people online just now. That's cool. Okay, playground, full stack foundations, link to public files. Guessing this video is going to explain the problem. Start the app. Okay. It's a good start. Run Hello World. Tests, the playground. Why do I need to start the app for all of them? 3002 to forwarding. Okay, so that gives me the full apps on 4000. If only I'd watched that video they explained this entire application. I'm gonna watch how much is in this. Right, okay. Okay, so we're going to swap out the favicon to be responsive. And I'm guessing you can't see it in here. So if I go to localhost 4000, then we should see this favicon. Ah, you can't see the favicon because I've clipped it. Excellent. That's a good start. There we go. Nice, so we can see the favicon. So we want to change this to be responsive whether we switch from light mode to dark mode. Can I minimize this? What have we got here? Files. I'd really like to be able to collapse this sidebar. Stop the app. It's unfortunate. bit difficult to read that. See how much this thought I was being clever. Never mind. Let's just read it like we're on mobile. Browsers will request favicon by default, but we've got responsive public favicon SVG. Let's get that on the page. We'll need to add a link to app root.tsx. So if I'm in here, exercises, styling, app roots, app root.tsx. Exercises 1, root TSX. Here. Looks like it. We need to add a link to app root TSX. In Remix, you can add links to the page by exporting a links function. Export a links function here that adds the favicon. Get that wrong. Ugh. I actually didn't know you could do that, import type like that. It's important for you to know that Remix puts all the responsibility of what happens in the document. Okay, so inside head. So I'm using a links component here. I've created a links function. A function that defines link tags to be inserted into this. Guess we'll see. It's not giving me IntelliSense. Let's have a look. When you click on Set in Playground, you already did, there's a button for each exercise. It automatically sets the right project in the Playground directory. That's cool. Do you mean if I click the Start App? Oh, no way. Oh, no way, is this the solution? Yeah, it must be the solution. It's not seen. So I should have links here, right? Already clicked that for this exercise. Yeah, that makes sense. This is rebuilding on what, 6001? Disappears after you do so. Ah, okay. So this is 4000. Ah, what have I done? What have you done? Your application running on port 3003. Cannot get. Okay, that looks closer. So I reverse this. This Hello World on 4000. Exercises, styling, problem public links, TSX. I'm confused. Why is this not? Playground 4000. Network. Do I have to save in the playground? So I'm in the playground. Open the playground directory. Is this the playground directory? Apps running. Working. Ah! Playground app. Thank you. Thanks. Well explained. Thank you. All right. Well, if anything, this has been a wonderful exercise in why you should watch that video first before you get started. Okay, so this is in the, let's close this down and forget that happened. I now have this, interestingly I wonder if my TypeScript version is different. Anyway, it's running, so I can do lots of things to deal with for next week. Let's grab. So we're in app.root TSX, and then let's copy this, import this. Okay, and then I also need the app.root TSX component you export is responsible for everything that appears between HTML, which includes the head element, which will be here. You need to render the links element in that component. It's alright. So that's going in there. So what we're just going to add links in here then. So that shouldn't do anything, right? I've got the links component in here. Am I going to add this to this? Remember to check the file section at the bottom of these instructions for links that will open your editor to the right file. Okay. Check the network tab in the app and the home page, you'll know you've got it right if you see the forgotten SVG file loaded. It's the links export. Okay, so I need to seems straightforward enough. I keep losing. Oh, did that not open? Ah, okay. Let's just open these up. Got links and then links. Renders all of the link tags created by your root module links export. Cool. So there's no pairing, I just need to define this and it will render them all in here. So if I do this, and then I go home and I listen to them alone. And I always struggle to like I always lose my place with these things. I'm just looking for my actual workshop. So do I just want to have localhost 4000 here? Oh man, have I lost it? Here's links. I need to start the app again. See what happens. What's going on here? Timed out waiting for localhost 4000. The build failed. Multiple exports with the same name default, and the symbol happens already. It crashed when I copy pasted that in from last time. It should be fine now. There's only one app, and it's the export default. There we go. Just freaked out. Okay, so the rel is going to be. So this should be on 4000, right? Can I actually just inspect this? Probably best not to. There we go. Let's inspect this. Fresh it. Let's take a look at our head. I've got the My Awesome Style sheet in here. So let's swap that to icon. Type is going to be image SVG XML. And have gun. Okay, so it's been added. So I define an export links function, and then if I define a links component, it renders the link tags for the current routes. Okay. I love that was like a one-line thing, and that took me about good 16 minutes. I just want to have a quick read of this. The links function defines which link elements to add to the page when the user visits it. We've got an array. We added our object, which was the favicon. Return page links. Ah, and that's what allows you to prefetch. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But for the most part, this is just for adding assets. Cool. Okay, let's do some caching. Let's see. Can't just tell the browser to cache it forever, so every hour or so the browser has to download it, even if it's unchanged. Yeah, I hate this. I've never really known a better way to do it, but let's see if there is one here. Remix can do this. Instead of hard coding the URL for the favicon, we can import the asset, and Remix will take care of getting it into the public directory and give us the URL too. As a part of this process, it will add a piece to the file name that fingerprints the file. So if we change the favicon, the URL will change and the browser will download the new one, and we don't have to think about it. Right, let's try and do this a little bit more seamless than last time. Let's do this. So first you'll need to move the favicon SVG from here to here, and then we can import this. So is this the open in editor button that we're talking about? I click this. It's thinking about it. Click to set playground. Why am I stuck on a loading spinner for this? App's running. This seems to be still running fine. I'm stuck on a loader. So there should be a public directory here. There's favicon SVG. I need to move that to app assets. So we've got app. Still on a loading spinner. Let's try and refresh. See what that does. Okay, the spinner's gone. Why does that freak out? If I click on that, should it be opening in my editor? And if that's the case, this may be incorrect. This instead. No, it doesn't like that either. So that's still running. It does not like this. Something happened there. Whoa. Public build. Yeah, nice. Okay, so that added it in. It's just first you'll need to move the favicon SVG from public favicon SVG So let's get out of here, go into the playground. Public favicon SVG. Public. So why do I have 3? Hey Ryan, how you doing? You're just in time to help me fix this. Let's take a look. Let's maybe take these down. Okay, let's refresh it and let's try this again. Wonder what these are. Can I remove these? Okay, it's now moved. What is this SWP? Swap files in the context of text editors and other software apps. Swap files are temporary files created by text editors. Files serve as a form of backup and help can recover unsaved changes. Ah, is it just because I've got hidden files visible? They're meant to be temporary and are automatically deleted when you close the file properly in the text editor. Huh. It's not showing. Anyway, let's bring this in. So this now exists in app assets favicon SVG, and then in app root TSX, we can import it like this. Use favicon asset URL instead of the hard-coded URL. Swap the hard-coded href here with the default import of the favicon. So instead of saying this is available in the public directory, I'm gonna. This is quite similar to Nix. Favicon asset URL. Okay. I've got an SVG here. Yeah, it's empty though. What? Something's fucky. Well, it's not breaking, so that's normally a good sign. This should now freak out. Yeah, why is that not running? Close that. Let's close that too. Oh god, I've actually got to try and get out of it. Let me out. That's it. Ah. God, what a meme. Switch to normal mode. You should see insert. If you currently insert, press the escape key to go into insert mode. Ah, it's opening it in here. It's opening the files in my editor. In my terminal, sorry. Yeah, try doing that. Yeah, that's what I was trying. So escape goes into insert mode, : Q, ignore unsaved changes. There we go. Oh my god. Type : QA enter. Fucking fun, man. We'll just go nuclear. Okay, so this is now running on 5639. Okay. Now I know that. I'm just gonna keep my eye on this. And now I'm gonna start the app. See what happens. This is on Playground 4000. Your application is running on 3001. Okay, so it's freaking out because I put the okay, so at least I know I'm now using my actual file here. There we go. We're so back. Is that what that does? Does that add it to the terminal? Launch editor error. There we go. Yeah, it's freaking out. Okay, so let me quickly try and find the executable for this. Oh, where is it saved? To be fair, there is a codex. Yeah, I mean, that is where it lives, I think. So that's the shortcut. Okay, I don't want that one. Yeah, let's just give me the start menu. That's nonsense. That looks a little bit closer. Let's just restart that for the good of everyone's health. Let's close this. Let's just refresh this. So we're on 5639. If I hit start app, 4000 should boot. So we're back to here. And now if I click this, it should be able to hopefully find this editor. Oh, I missed it. Yeah. At the moment, I'm just trying to get this file to open in my editor, and I'm failing miserably at it. So we're going to start the app. We're on 5639. It should be good. It's cool. Start the app here. This should run on 4000. And then if I open this, still can't find it. Let's grab this. It's weird because if I split this, if I do code, oh, did I set up aliases? What is it? Short C. Cool, cool. Cool. Let's grab this file path. Ask GPT to look at my computer and find the file path for me. I think I'd actually be terrified if it did that. I think I'm just missing the actual executable here. So I think if I do code.exe, you not find it. App data local is weird. I don't know why it's showing. Definitely looks like the app. Some properties. Awesome / terrifying if it can deep dive into your computer. Yeah, what's annoying is if I split this, if I do code and then bump it, it opens whatever I have here in VS Code. So we'll try to work it as why is it not? So I do need to restart it every time. Hey, wait, what? Why didn't that work? Oh. It doesn't work. I have no idea why it doesn't work. It works. I have no idea why it works. Oh lordy. Okay. Well, I can persevere if anything. So we should have this. Do I have this running locally? Excellent. I've now imported. I need to move this from here. So that's now opening the public favicon SVG. And I need to move it into app assets favicon SVG. So what happens if I now hit this? Has that created the file? Do I need to just do this? Like that? And if that's the case, I'll know that's worked if I make that red. If I launch this, I've now got a red favicon. Who needs to watch a 20-minute instructional video when you can spend 27 minutes working out how to do it yourself? Good times. Right, now we have this. Okay, so what did I actually learn there other than how to actually set this up? I learned that we have the links directory. We're talking about caching in this one. And instead of instead of hard coding the href and using a query string as a cache busting technique, I've instead imported this file and used that as the href. By importing it in this fashion, the links function will fingerprint. Where's the fingerprinting done? Instead of hard coding the URL, we can import the asset. Remix will take care of getting it into the public directory and give us the URL to it. Okay, so by importing it, Remix will take care of getting it into the public directory and giving us the URL to it. So we've got public. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I was actually just trying to find, is it in assets? There it is there, yeah. So if I now go back to I'm in the build here. So there's the assets and there's the fingerprint. If I'm in app assets, favicon, and I make this green instead, it's changed this and I've now got green. Okay, that's cool. I approve. That's a nice little technique. Cool. Cool, that makes sense. What's it about? Yeah, I'm actually just going to keep cracking on. Okay, what are we on to? Global styles. Cool. Let's get some global styles. We have a special font applied to our app, which your co-worker Kelly, I'm guessing this is Kelly, placed in the public directory. Kelly also added app style font CSS, which loads the font and gets things ready for use. What you need to do is import that style sheet into the application so that it's applied globally. It'll be pretty similar to the favicon work, so I'll be adding it in the links function. And when you're done, the link should be something like link rel style sheet href. Why is it pointing to the build? Root-based style sheets. So we import the styles. Ah, that's why we're going to do the same thing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so where are we at? So it was added in app styles font CSS. I should be able to do this. But that's empty. Some style sheet. In our case, we want to have a special font applied placed in the public directory. Okay. There's no CSS in here currently. It's all JS. There's our favicon, SVG. Playground, the app, assets. Is that weird SWP? So there's font CSS, but it's empty. Set to playground. Ah, that's that button you were talking about, right? Yeah, cool. Okay, that makes sense. It's hard to spot sometimes. Okay, that makes more sense. So now, if that's in app styles font CSS, if I'm in here, I should be able to just font styles. Should be able to. I'm guessing for this, let's work backwards here. Href is going to be font styles. Guessing the type is going to be. Is this going to give me autocomplete? Oh. Guessing it's a style sheet. Oh, the rail style sheet. Just need a rail and an href for this, it looks like. What have I done? I need to do this every time. Let's close this. Shouldn't need this anymore. We're now on exercise 3. If I open this, I should just have a regular hello world here. Why am I still seeing the old exercise? Restart it. There we go. Ah, nice. The custom font's been applied. Do I need to restart that on every problem? So we see the favicon has reset back to normal, and the custom CSS has been applied here. And if I inspect this, network tab, there we go. There's a nice little font. And that's the font CSS. Good times. Why are you freaking out? It should occur before the SVG. I hate that. If someone could give me a good reason why things need to be imported in a certain order, I'm all ears. Otherwise, that's the dumbest rule in the entire ESLint dictionary. When you're done, the link should be something like rel style sheet and then point to the build. Let's just make sure that's happening. So we've got the elements, we've got a head tag, we have our SVG icon as before. And we've got a style sheet which points to build asset as font, and then it's fingerprinted with a CSS. Good times. So then if I change that to 700, fingerprint should change there, right? Yeah. Nice. All right, we're flying through now. Just needed Peter to show us how to work the workshop. Global style is nice. Good times. All right, compiling CSS. Because I've actually never used Tailwind either, so everything's pretty new to me. I've managed to avoid it this long, and now's probably a good time to learn. Even though most of our users are using modern browsers, post CSS. Cool. Support for this tool is built into Remix. As soon as Remix finds a configuration for post CSS, it will automatically compile the CSS files you import. That's cool. Click here to create the post CSS config file. Let's hope this works. Set to playground. Wait, did you complete the Epic React music for? Stop the app. Restart it. Cool, yeah. It's not so much I just try not to go on the hype train for too many things. I just sort of pick one and go with it. I was and am a big fan of CSS and JS. So I've been using that for the last like 5-6 years. I've got nothing against Tailwind, it just I've never been in the situation where I need to use it. And then for my personal website I used Stitches. That's cool. That's probably a good move. I don't think this should be a Tailwind course. This should be like full stack, right? Shouldn't have to worry about the CSS. Even just having it there and just building some familiarity with it will be pretty helpful. So this is just creating an empty post CSS config file, right? Okay, that looks like it was correct. Let's just make sure. Tailwind sucks. Excellent. It crashed my app. Oh, no. No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, no. Add a class name with Tailwind classes to this p tag to check that Tailwind is processing correctly. Try. Well, I just crashed my app, so that's probably. Let's see what happens if I just restart. Okay, cool. Can't believe it crashed my app because I said Tailwind sucks. And stick this config in there. Let's grab this. Default plugins, Tailwind CSS nesting, Tailwind CSS and auto prefixer. Nice. Add a class name with Tailwind classes to the p tag to check Tailwind is processing correctly. So let's try. Class name p-8. Let's open this up. Nice. So it's applied p-8, but it doesn't look like any classes have been applied. Let's try text exit. All right. Classes are being appended, but Tailwind is not processing correctly. It's because I've not imported the style sheets, I'm guessing. Let's create the Tailwind config file. stick this config in. Import type config from CSS. We're going to open a default theme from Tailwind. Extend the font family, which is the font we had earlier. It satisfies a config type. Is this going to freak out? I wonder what TypeScript version. Let's use, there we go. There we go. I can't remember why I had to use my workspace version. At least that gets rid of that. Okay, so now I've got the Tailwind config. This is where we configure Tailwind, a CSS framework that we'll be using to style the app. Our post CSS config includes the Tailwind plugin. So we can use the Tailwind directives in our CSS files to get the Tailwind style sheet on the page. Yeah. Okay. Simply click stop app and then start app to restart the dev server. Just do that. Just to get in the rhythm of it. Now all that's left for you to do is create an app styles Tailwind CSS file. Bloop. Oh, that's so nice. That's very nice. Now I got that working. Just while that is working, I should be able to go here and get rid of this monstrosity. App styles Tailwind CSS file and put in the following directives: Tailwind base components and utilities. Then, using the knowledge you've gained from the previous steps, import this file and include a link tag for it in the app.tsx file. So this is, I'm guessing, where we're going to add it. Does this still count as a style sheet? Tailwind styles. Freaking out. Hey, that looks a bit better. Text XL and P. Alright, cool. So we've got two configs here. We've got a post CSS config, which is saying Tailwind CSS. I don't know why we need to specify Tailwind CSS and nesting. And then in the Tailwind config, in any file, all right, well, at least we're getting a little bit more confident with this links object here. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, this time's in nicely. I may actually go over the 2 hours, but there's one exercise left, and then I think I'll call it for the evening. That would me crunch through the intro. We're gonna bundle CSS and Remix. Let's see what's going on. Oh no, if this is a Rickroll, I'm going home. When we build out the application, we'll probably need to use a component library that requires some CSS to be added. 1 or 2 of these are not a big deal, but our root links export could get pretty big if we do this for a lot of components. Excuse me. So Remix allows you to import CSS files that are bundled automatically. It's pretty simple. Import it the way we normally do. Okay, so if we import it, we have been doing it, use the URL, but if we just import the entire CSS, it will bundle it for us. Okay. So if you just import the CSS file without an import clause, the style sheet URL variable, it will be bundled. However, we're still responsible for everything between the HTML tags. So if we want the bundled CSS on the page, then we need to make sure we add it to the links. Remix gives us access to that URL. The Remix run CSS bundle. Okay, let's grab these. Let's restart the app. Set to playground. Let's copy these. I imported the CSS file for you, which is going to be here. Add the CSS bundle href. Import the CSS bundle href here, right? So I'm going to grab this. It should occur before node. Imported the CSS file for you. When you have it working, it'll be obvious. Import styles global CSS. Import Tailwind style sheet URL. So this is still being done with the import clause. The contents Style 2 and Style 3 will appear within the file that is referenced by CSS bundle href. So we can add that to our links export. Am I in the right file? No, I'm not. That's why it's freaking out. Stop it. Start it. Where was I? Root. There we go. That's where it's imported. Very cool.
God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? Niece brings this serious gourmet shit on. What flavor is this?
Added an import to a static CSS file just to test that things work in this exercise. I've imported the CSS bundle href. The CSS bundle href to the links array. CSS bundle href. So did I just add that as a style sheet? Let's take a look at this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is the undefined case. So this can be string or undefined. Just force it. I don't think I can do this, go. It's nonsense. I'm just gonna leave the undefined case, to be honest. Interestingly, that's saying this CSS bundle should occur before remix run node. That should occur there. Cool. And if we jump back to here, why is that not working for me? Let's stop the app. Start the app. Yeah, I knew it. I knew the second he said, I'm sorry, he was going to do some rickroll. Of course. I've imported the CSS bundle href from remix run CSS bundle. Any style sheets that I import with an import clause like this need to be defined as their own object and their own style sheet URL. If I import it without that clause, it will automatically be bundled into the CSS bundle href that is defined here. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's a bit of magic here. Where was that link there? Remix styling docs. Oh, did not want to do that. Whoa. Come on. To get access to the CSS bundle, install remix run CSS bundle. Add it to a link descriptor, most likely in app root TSX, so that it applies to your entire application. With this link tag inserted, you're now ready to start using the various CSS bundling features. Don't use that for tree shaking. Cool, that makes sense. Let's just get a full, do not bundle all your CSS. Nice. All right, 2 hours. Managed to crunch through the intro, which I was pretty happy with. It seems like a pretty reasonable place to stop. Styling. I'm going to do that just because I hit a couple of snags. The app kept breaking every now and again. I can't work out if that's a problem caused by me or identified by me. How effective was the instruction? That was a 5. Any general comments about the exercise? It's kind of hard to give like detailed feedback, especially on the introductory exercises. Once you get into like the sort of like more in-depth tutorials, then there's probably a lot more learnings you can take from it. But for now, I was just happy to get this running. Cool. There we go. All right. Intro complete. Almost 2 hours on the nose. So I'm going to call it there. This week I learned to watch all instructional videos before you tackle a problem. I learned about bundling CSS into a Remix application, and I learned about including Tailwind and injecting post-CSS plugins. Solid start. Next week I'm going to crack on with the data loading exercises. So hopefully see you then. Thanks for following along with me, and I'll see you next week.